Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification, and I'm just going to keep on bringing you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That 40-ish and under dollar range. Most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And I got 5 fragrances for you guys that I've been wearing a lot the past few weeks. These are 5 of my most worn cheapies in the past 3 or 4 weeks or so. And I just want to go ahead and do a quick bullet point, try to paint a clear picture within a short amount of time, and talk about the longevity briefly. It's not a full review, but I'll do my best to explain these things in a timely fashion. So I think it would only make sense to go over my most recent purchase that really wowed me, and that is Mercedes-Benz Man Private. You can see the thing on the side there, and the way I discovered this fragrance, I knew nothing about it, first of all. I never heard of this thing. I never saw it on Fragrantica, never really looked at, or, you know, any of them, Parfuma.net, nothing, because I never really heard anything about this. I went to one of those little perfume shops at one of the malls. They had sales going on like crazy, and this was sitting out there. Took the atomizer cap off, gave her a spray, and then I said, oh my goodness, this is quite nice. Immediately, I was grabbed by this thing. It's spicy, woody, dry woody, dusty, earthy, mossy. That's what's happening mostly in this. It's a little bit resinous, and it's got some leather. Very masculine. Take Bentley for men, something along those lines, right? Take the booze out. This still feels like it's almost like leaning in like a boozy territory without having any of that in it. It's got a greenness with some of that cypress, and it's almost got a smokiness, but there's no smokiness. It's just one of those fragrances that almost make you think you're smelling that kind of thing. Classy, decent in performance. If you're into dry, spicy woodies with a little bit of leather and stuff, just a masculine, classy fragrance, one that's like a business meeting style thing, give this one a holler. And if you have it, let me know what you think about Mercedes-Benz Man Private. Up next is one that I found in a peculiar place. Of all places, I was locked up. I was incarcerated, and you know, you get the magazines and they got the little strips on them. So just to place a time frame, there was Dior Sauvage in there, Versace Eros, the Eros Flame. There was Prada Luna Rossa Sport, Azzaro Wanted, that particular one. There was those kind of things. There wasn't any YSL or anything, but Sauvage was a big one. And this was mine and several people's favorite on that whole thing. Coach for Men, and by far the cheapest. This one it's got like kumquat and pear, so it's got like a sweet fruity opening with citrus. It's also woody and ambroxan. So it's a very blue fragrance. The reason why I've been wearing this thing so much is because I'm taking it to the gym. When I want my freshie right now, this is one of them that I'm like taking to the gym, not overspraying or anything like that, because it's cold out right now. And I don't want just a fresh woody aquatic. I want something with a little body, a little bit of that heart, the sweetness and stuff, kind of like the same kind of sweetness that's in like YSL, but toned way back and leaning on the fresher side. People compare this to Jimmy Choo, they compare it to Cobalt, and it's real similar to both of those. It really is. Very, very easygoing, smooth, sweet, just some of that fruity opening along with that crisp citrus, woody ambroxan. It works so good. The performance isn't bad on this. It's a compliment kind of a DNA, so crowd pleasing. It's unreal. It just works so well. So Coach for Men, wore this one several times. So up next is another fragrance that I kind of deem a little bit on the classy side. It's a clone of Baby Cat. I've never smelled that one, but I've smelled this one, and I've smelled other ones that people compare to Baby Cat, and I know that I like this DNA. It is another dry, woody, kind of like a leathery, spicy. There's like pink pepper and black pepper, touches of like just like a distant smoke happening in the background. Little, soft, subtle touches of vanilla. Not enough to make it like sweet, but it's enough to keep it from being too sharp in the spices and just being a woody fragrance. It keeps that part toned down. So you got some of that powdery vanilla with a good dose of woody, leathery, spicy pepper. Very, very high compliment factor. Longevity is decent on this one. It's average in projection and stronger side of average in longevity. Don't know about the sillage in this one, but overall, this one I've been reaching for a lot. Up next is a fragrance that I thought that I picked it up accidentally because I thought I was going to get the original Rifakat, but I got Rifakat Adorn. And man, when I smelled this thing, I was not disappointed at all because I love this scent profile, this tuxedo scent profile. I never smelled tuxedo, but I got Taxco, I got Tarothi Brown. I love them both. They're both unique in their own ways, and so is this one. It's pretty close to Tarothi Brown and Moustache, but it's woodier, right? If you don't know what any of those smells like, it's a creamy, vanilla, damp, dark, rich, dusty, earthy patchouli, grounded out with a bunch of violet leaf, giving it an aquatic, watery kind of feel, almost ozonic. Look at the atomizer on this thing. So it's sweet, vanilla, ozonic, aquatic, earthy, damp, rich, dark patchouli, and this one has a good dose of woods added in with the mixture of all that, and hints of subtle soft spice. This is a sexy fragrance. I love the way this thing smells. I'm gonna probably have to get another bottle of this one and my Tarothi Brown. I love this scent profile. So high rating on this one I gave this thing. Compliment factor, I haven't really gotten that many. I just haven't, but I don't care because I like the way that it smells. I love the way it smells. Performance is average, I feel like it'll probably get better over time, but as for now, it's right at average. So didn't disappoint there, and man, awesome smelling fragrance. And last but not least, a fragrance that I've been reaching for a lot because it just does the trick in so many scenarios. This is another one that it works as far as a freshie, but when it gets a little bit cooler, but you don't want something that's only fresh, Bentley for Men Black Edition. This thing just does the trick. Citrus, mandarin, aquatic violet leaf, touches of sweetness, incense, a little bit of that masculine incense, and like some a good dose of woods, and like I don't even know if this is in here, if there's any kind of leather thing happening, but like I smell it, like me personally. So mostly it's a little bit sweet, citrus, aquatic, smoky, woody, leather, but fresh above everything else. A mature, my boy Stone Cologne, Dylan Blue's grandfather, man. That's what this is. It is just, that's such a great way to put it, because it's like Dylan Blue, I love that fragrance, but it's like it grew up and got some chin hair and decided to just get a little bit dressier. That's what's happening here. And the performance on this, I was blown away, to be honest, because when I first sprayed it, I was like, oh, this trash, like it smells good, but dang, this is going to be gone in another hour, because like it wasn't pushing, like I felt like I had to get right here. And I get in my vehicle, I started driving, I'm like, I actually smell that like pumping off my hand. And like an hour later, I was like, it felt like it was growing, like it was getting stronger or something. And then it just stayed there. Never got like real loud or anything. Like the projection never got loud, but like I could clearly smell this thing for hours and hours afterwards. So I don't know how it does that, but it's like just the right amount of projection and sillage to have your own personal scent bubble for a good amount of time, a good 6 or 7 hours. So yeah, I had to make the list. And real quick, a bonus. I just picked this one up. I've been passing on it lately. Reason why I picked it up is because it's $10. Reason why I've been passing on it is because I got Latin Tradition, Contra Exquisite Latin Tradition, both latent clones. The dry down on this thing, I'm glad that I picked this up because it is great smelling so far. I'm not even going to go into like all of it. It's green apple, citrusy orange with like a creamy vanilla thing, but yeah, the dry down, it just, like the opening's okay. The opening's pretty decent, but when you get in the mid and the dry down, it's way better, and it's long lasting too. I still smell it on my hand. I sprayed it on there like 7 hours ago, and I took a shower by now, and it's still there. So yeah, I'm going to do a full review on that thing in the next couple of days. I'm sure I'm going to be reaching for that one like crazy. So that's those 5 fragrances that I have been reaching for a lot for the past couple weeks, and I'll probably do some more videos like this, maybe once a month or something like that. So yeah, or if you guys want me to do my weekly scent rotation or something like that, just let me know. And yeah, with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. Until next time.